Hey everyone, in this video we will start a new unit, roles of capital market and Security and Exchange Board of India. What is capital market? Before discussing that, we will know what is capital. If an entrepreneur starts a business, what is the first thing he will need? It is the capital. It depends on the size of business, how much capital he needs. In simple words, you can say how much money he needs. That money is known as capital. So come to the capital market. What happens in capital market? In capital market, these long-term debt and security shares are traded. The capital market has various types. First one is primary market. In primary market, securities like shares, bonds, debentures are offered to public for subscription. There are two types of this primary market. First one is public issue market, second one is private placement. Now we come to secondary market. What happens in secondary market? The securities which are already initially offered to public are traded in security market. So there are two types, equity market and debt market. These two types are of secondary market. Now come to the stock exchanges in India. How many stock exchanges exist in India? There are total 22 stock exchanges. Out of them, 3 are association of persons wise: Bombay Stock Exchange, Ahmedabad Stock Exchange and Madhya Pradesh Stock Exchange. Now the remaining 19 are functioning as companies. National Stock Exchange is one of them and others are, I will read from the book, National Stock Exchange, then stock exchanges of Bangalore, Bhubaneswar, Kolkata, Cochin, Coimbatore, Delhi, Guwahati, Hyderabad, Interconnected SC, Jaipur, Ludhiana, Madras, Magadh, Pune, Saurashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Vadodara, and over-the-counter exchange of India. Apart from National Stock Exchange, all stock exchange, whether established as corporate bodies or association of person, were non-profit making organizations. Now the demutualization of stock exchange. What is the demutualization? This is the transition process of exchange from a mutually owned association to shareholders owned company. What happens in this one? Earlier they are mutually owned association, means the ownership, management and trading were in single hand. In mutually owned association, these things were in single hand, but after demutualization they become a shareholder owned company. So all these things go to separate hands. Now come to the stockbrokers. Who are stockbrokers? Member of a recognized stock exchange are known as stockbrokers. These stockbrokers can trade on a screen-based trading system of different stock exchanges. They are enrolled as a member with concerned exchange and register with Security and Exchange Board of India. Now there are some financial products that we will discuss in another video, because they have different definition like equity shares, then rights issue, like that so many definitions are there. So later we will discuss. Then seventh topic is regulatory requirement specified by SEBI. What are the regulatory requirements? That I will read from the book. All securities issued by a public issue must be listed in one or more stock exchanges. The issue of debt securities having a maturity period of more than 1 year by companies, including listed companies, on a private placement basis must comply with conditions prescribed by SEBI from time to time for getting them listed on stock exchange. Unlisted companies or statutory corporations, other entities, if they so desire, may get their privately placed debt securities listed on stock exchange by complying with the relevant conditions. The debt securities shall carry a credit rating from a credit rating agency registered with SEBI. The debt securities shall be issued and traded in demat form. Now the next topic is commonly used term used in capital market. Which are the common terms in capital market? This is STT, that means Securities Transaction Tax. This is a tax levied on transaction done on stock exchange. If any transaction is done on a stock exchange, some tax will be levied, so that is known as securities transaction tax. The rate is prescribed by central government. The next topic is, the term is rolling settlement. The definition I will read from here. Rolling settlement is trades executed during the day are settled based on net obligation for the day. Presently, the trades pertaining to rolling settlement are settled on a T+2 day basis, where T stands for trade day. Trades executed on Monday are typically settled on Wednesday, considering 2 working days from the trade day. The funds and securities pay in and pay out are carried out on T+2 day. Now the next term is pay in and pay out day. What is it? Pay in day is the day when the brokers make payment or delivery of security to the exchange. There may come a question out of this. Pay in day is the day when the brokers make payment or delivery of securities to the exchange. Payout day is day when exchange makes payment or delivery of securities to the broker. Now the next topic is auction. It is the main function of exchange that both legs of transaction, namely the cash and securities, are available for settlement and there are no bad deliveries. In case of failure of delivery by a member, the exchange purchases the requisite quantity in auction market and gives them to the buying or trading member. Security lending scheme. The last topic is security lending or borrowing is a scheme which enables lending of idle securities by investors to the clearing corporation and earning a return through the same. Now come to the next topic, types of capital issues in primary market. These are initial public offering. FPO stands for, FPO is made when already listed company makes either a fresh issue of securities to public or an offer for sale to the public through an offer document. An offer for sale in such a scenario is allowed only if it is made to satisfy listing or continuous listing obligation. Next one is rights issue. Rights issue is when a listed company proposes fresh securities to its existing shareholders as on a recorded date. Rights are normally offered in a particular ratio to the number of security held prior to the issue. This route is best suited for companies who would like to raise capital without diluting the stake of its shareholders. A private placement is an issue of shares or of convertible securities by a company to a select group of persons under Section 81 of Companies Act 1956, which is neither a rights issue nor a public issue. This is faster way for a company to raise equity capital. Again, the definition of private placement. It is an issue of shares or of convertible securities by a company to a select group of persons under Section 81 of Companies Act 1956, which is neither a rights issue nor a public issue. It is neither a rights issue nor a public issue. Okay, next one is a qualified institutional placement. Qualified institutional placement is private placement of equity shares or security convertible into equity shares by a listed company to qualified institutional borrower only. QIP is given to QIB. Now the eligibility norms for making capital issues. Okay, I will read the whole paragraph because this is the important topic and you will surely get one question. SEBI has laid down eligibility norms for entities accessing primary market through public issue. There are no eligibility norms for listed companies to make rights issue, as it is offer made to the existing shareholder who are expected to know their companies. So there are no rules for listed company to offer rights issue. There are no rules for listed company making a preferential issue, neither for rights issue nor for preferential issue. However, for a QIP, qualified institution placement, only those companies whose shares are listed in NSE or BSE and those who are having minimum public float as required in terms of listing agreement are eligible. Now the next question may come. Any company making a public issue or a listed company making a rights issue of value more than 50 lakh is required to file a draft offer document with SEBI for its observations. Short question. Any company making a public issue or a listed company making a right issue. Public issue or listed company making a right issue of a value more than 50 lakh is required to file a draft offer with SEBI. The validity period of SEBI's observation letter is only 3 months. It means the company has to open its issue within a period of 3 months. There is no requirement of filing any offer document notice to SEBI in case of preferential allotment of qualified institutional placement. In QIP, merchant banker handling the issue has to file a copy of placement document with SEBI post allotment for record purposes. Now we will come to the last topic, that is intermediaries in an issue in primary market. These are book running lead manager, BRLM for short. I will read about BRLM. A merchant banker possessing a valid SEBI registration in accordance with SEBI regulations. Next one is safety net. Any safety net scheme or buyback arrangement of shares proposed in any public issue shall be finalized by an issuer company with the lead merchant banker in advance. Cut-off price. In a book building issue, the issuer is required to indicate either the price band or a floor price in RHP. The actual discovered issue price can be any price in the price band or any price above the floor price. This issue price is called the cut-off price. Thank you.